Here is what Rob Manfred had to say on that broadcast regarding realignment and expansion.
In my mind, I think if we expand, it provides us with an opportunity to geographically realign. I think we could save a lot of wear and tear on our players in terms of travel. And I think our postseason format would be even more appealing for, entities like ESPN, because you'd be playing up out of the East, out of the West, and that 10 o'clock time slot where we, sometimes get Boston, Anaheim, would be two West Coast teams, and that 10 o'clock slot that's a problem for us sometimes becomes a real opportunity for our West Coast audience. So I think, I think the owners realize that there's demand for Major League Baseball in a lot of great cities, and that we have an opportunity to do something good around that expansion process.
So he's touting that they want the West Coast TV window to matter more.
Yeah.
That help Portland a little bit?
The only thing I'll say to that is we know the big thing that we've always had is that time slot, but Utah's an hour different.
Mm-hmm.
And does that really change it?
So do you think that if Salt Lake got the expansion team, they would play their games
It would be at
an
8.
hour later?
Yeah.
Their time?
So if they want, like the Mariners, most of their first pitches for their evening games are 7:10 first pitches, right?
Yeah, so they play them at 8:10.
They would
They're
play
playing
them
them that late locally?
I can't imagine.
Like, that to me is a problem for the league. I mean, look, I'm looking for any little advantage over Salt Lake.
That's an advantage.
That may be one of them.
That may be an advantage. I'm guessing if you ask the people of Salt Lake, I'm guessing it's not. Like,
they don't care.
Well, let's just say this. If you got a baseball team in Portland, right, and I told you that the 7:10 window got, in order to get the team, it got bumped to 8. And how about not 8:10? It just got bumped to 8. Let's shave 10 minutes off. Would that mean anything to you at all? Would it affect you going to games at all?
No.
No. So do I think it's an advantage? Yes. Do I think it's any sort of significant advantage? No. The fact that Salt Lake is already have shovels in the ground building their entertainment district, and Salt Lake has bid successfully to get 2 Olympics, and like just got a hockey team and has an owner that's like full throttle. Although, we have an owner that goes full throttle now. Interesting. Old Tommy, right? Old Tommy Dundon. He is actively trying to bring a baseball team to Raleigh. Could he be involved? Could he get involved in the Portland Diamond Project? And instead of bringing it to Raleigh, could he try to make it out here? Because it doesn't seem like Raleigh is really on the radar. It sounds like when they do expand, Nashville is going to get a team. And then there'll be one out west. So if he punts on the Raleigh thing, could he somehow get involved and partner up with the Portland Diamond Project and, try to do it that way? Have you read any of the stuff about him trying to bring baseball to Raleigh?
I've not.
Yeah, he's all in. He's about it.
So he would be the owner of a baseball team, a basketball team, and a hockey team?
Yes.
Can you do that?
Yeah. I think Kroenke does it. Kroenke owns the
Nuggets, Rams, and
the Avalanche.
I think you just can't have multiple in the same sport.
Can't have
Same
it in the same
market.
sport.
Oh, same. I thought same market. I can't. I don't think you can own all 3 in the same market. Can you?
I think Kroenke owns the Nuggets and the Avalanche.
Well, I know that's 2,
But he doesn't own
not
the
3.
Rockies or the Broncos.
No. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, maybe 2 is the max then. Or not all.
Because I thought
in the
that was the
market.
thing with Paul Allen, wasn't it? Maybe something.
I don't know. But I know obviously you can't have 2 teams in the same, in the same sport. Yeah, he owns the Nuggets and the Avalanche. He also owns the Colorado Crush, if that means anything for you, the Arena League. He also owns the Colorado Mammoth and the Rapids, which is the Major League Soccer and lacrosse, and now he owns the Rams. So he owns an S ton of stuff. So certainly it would be within old Tommy's abilities to own it. Question is, would he want to partner? Because we know with Major League Baseball to Portland, we know there is money behind it. We know there is someone that's never been announced, but we know that there is someone back there.
Maybe there's not.
There is. But would this be something where they would be interested in bringing him in? Because obviously when he's buying the Blazers, there's other money out there. Tom Dundon does not have enough money he does not have $4 billion. So he is partnering with other people. And it does seem like there has to be other monies coming in from other partners. We know he's the main guy. So is him coming to Portland? Could that be something where you have an actual face to come out and kind of start beating the drum? Because that's the one thing that the MLB to Portland really hasn't had is a really public face. What we
Who's
have
the face of Salt Lake?
I think it's Ryan. Is it? I think it.
Is it Ryan Smith?
I think it might be Ryan Smith that's tried to do that. So I don't know, just something to keep an eye on. I think it's nice that they want one out west, and there's only 2 teams out west that are even considered in this, and that's Portland and Salt Lake.
I'll say the same thing about everybody who's worried about ownership of a potential Major League Baseball team here.
Yeah.
I mean, Craig Cheek did say that their ownership structure has changed.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that means. And maybe the original person that they had is not there. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All that much. It really doesn't, because, again, this is the same thing I said for the Blazers. There is no shortage of really, really rich people and rich groups lining up to own sports franchises.
Yeah.
So the key is the MLB to Portland people trying to get an expansion team to Portland. If they can get MLB to say, hey, we're going to put a team there. We want to put a team there.
Yeah.
If they can do that, there will be no problem getting an owner to step up. That's like a rich guy's dream.
Yes.
So it doesn't. We don't. So people get really worried about that. There's no money behind it, dude. If they can convince MLB to expand to Portland, the money will line up to own that team.
Yes.
And they may already have that. Like I said, I don't know. They said they did way back when, but then they said it changed. So I don't know. I don't know what the situation is there.
Yeah.
They've gone silent, but that's probably a good thing. They're working hard behind the scenes, and so again, it's just like Dundon. It's like Dundon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tom Dundon. Nobody saw him coming for the Blazers.
Yeah.
And here he is, and he's going to keep the team in Portland.
Yes.
There's just a bunch of guys like that and a bunch of groups like that who just want into sports, and they're willing to, they're willing to spend the money and keep teams where they are. Because everybody thought the Hornets were going to leave. Or I mean, not the Hornets. The Hurricanes were going to leave.
Yeah.
Charlotte when Dundon bought him,
And he came in and said no.
He kept him.
Yeah.
So.
By the way,
he's from Texas.
It's not Ryan Smith. It's the old Jazz owners, the Larry H. Miller company.
I thought he died.
He did, but I think it's still the Larry Miller company. Larry H. Miller. I think it's that still group.
So their big bid is they're building a big old district.
They already are. They're building they're calling it the Power District. Shovels are in the ground, and they're building a big giant entertainment district.
Yeah. So much like what Portland Diamond Project has been saying.
Yes.
It's like, we're with or without a ballpark, we're going to build a district.
Yes.
But a ballpark's going to make our district that much more money.
It's just that Salt Lake has already started building.
It's just a piece of, well, they haven't started building a ballpark.
No.
They're not going to start building a ballpark unless they get a team.
Yes.
Same with here. It's just that they've already started building the district.
Yes. So they've put shovels in the ground, and their thing is they keep, at one end of it, they have it open. And they're just waiting. So their whole thing is, we are going to build this, and then as soon as Major League Baseball says go, we'll build the stadium. And it kind of feels like with the Portland Diamond Project, it certainly feels like they're waiting until Major League Baseball says you have a team before they start building the district. I'm not certain that I believe that they will build the entertainment district without a ballpark, whereas Salt Lake will. So look, I think there's 2 teams. So I think you have to feel good that Major League Baseball wants to expand, and that there's only real 2 cities that meet the criteria. And you would certainly meet it better because you have the true West Coast time slot. I also think it'd be crazy when he talked about realignment, doing away with the traditional National League, American League, and going to more of like a regional, like what the NHL does. So you could have the Mariners, the Portland whatever, right? You would have the Giants, the Dodgers, the Padres. All of those could be in one division. I think that would.
I don't hate it.
That would be awesome.
I know a lot of people are like,
tradition.
No, I think MLB needs some spice. I think a big old shakeup would be great.
Well, think about what you could have on one side, like in the Northeast. You could have the Yankees, the Mets, the Phillies, and the Red Sox in a division.
That's cool.
That would be awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, that is cool.
Freaking incredible. I mean, no offense, but you look at some of the way it's made up. Like, the Marlins are in the same division as the Braves and the Mets. That's no. And it may be a little bit imbalanced right now because again, you're going to get some powerhouses that would all play each other. But you're telling me that the Giants, the Padres, and the Dodgers all being in the same division, and then throw the Angels in there, that wouldn't be cool. That wouldn't be good for baseball.
What about? See, I think the Giants would be more with like Seattle,
And then like maybe
and Vegas, and Portland,
yeah,
or Salt Lake.
yeah. Well,
right?
however they want
because the Padres would be with the Dodgers, Angels,
But
and
that would
Diamond.
upset the Giants fans not being with the Dodgers because that's the natural longtime rivalry is Dodgers-Giants.
Again, they're breaking all this up, man.
Yeah, people are going to be pissed. It's just
I think it would make more sense. Dodgers, Giants, Angels, Diamondbacks. Dodgers, Angels, Padres, Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
And then another one, Mariners, Vegas, the A's, Giants, and Salt Lake or Portland.
Well, I've heard that some people think it would go to more like the NHL just has 4 8-team divisions. So like you could even have something like that where it's you get rid of the 4-team and you just have 4 where 8-team. And if you did that, you could then group all the Western teams, kind of the Midwest into Texas, the Southern teams, the Northeast, like you would actually get big regional.
You'd have Midwest, or you'd have Midwest, West, Northeast, and like Southeast.
Yes.
I'm all about it.
So I think if you did it the way the NHL does it, I don't know if you're like the NHL format is pretty cool. And then you have the first couple teams from each division, and then you have your wild cards that get picked from that. So if you just look at the way the NHL does it, I think that's kind of
it could work.
I think that's kind of what he's talking about, and it would eliminate a lot of unnecessary, like you said, wear and tear and travel. And I think it'd be cool. It'd get keep the old rivalries, but it would naturally bring some new ones together because proximity should breed those rivals.
And finally, Jace, 5 years ago today, a man of faith showed his true colors.
I made a comment earlier tonight that I guess went out over the air that I am deeply ashamed of. If I have hurt anyone out there, I can't tell you how much I say from the bottom of my heart. I'm so very, very sorry. I pride myself and think of myself as a man of faith. As there's a drive in a deep left field by Castellanos, it will be a home run. And so that'll make it a 4-0 ball game. I don't know if I'm going to be putting on this headset again. I don't know if it's going to be for the Reds. I don't know if it's going to be for my bosses at Fox. I'm going to apologize for the people who signed my paycheck, for the Reds, for Fox Sports Ohio, for the people I work with, for anybody that I've offended here tonight. I can't begin to tell you how deeply sorry I am. That is not who I am and never has been. And I'd like to think maybe I could have some people that could back that up. I am very, very sorry.
So he said, what did he say again?
He was talking about because they were playing San Francisco, and he called it a city of bundle of Fs.
God. That's not who I am. I love it.
Not who I am.
It's not who I am.
No, kind of.
The hot mic caught the only time he's ever said it.
Right.
I love when anyone gets caught doing anything like sexist, racist, just saying the most evil, awful, ignorant S. You're like, hey, man of faith.
And getting caught on film is the most authentic version of who you are. It is the truest form of who you are.
Yeah.
Well, Hogan got caught saying the N-word like 1,000 times. Anytime he was recorded, he was saying the N-word.
Well, at least he came out and apologized.
Yeah, but he did the same thing. He's like, well, I found God, and that's not who I... Every time you're recorded, you're calling someone the N-word. Not who I am.
We apologize.
Okay. All right.
Not who I am.
Well, I do enjoy... when you hear the Brenneman in full here on the 5-year anniversary... You get a better sense of how funny it is that he is in a seemingly tearful apology, and then he pauses to tell us that Nick Castellanos hit a home run.
I just love
so good.
Don't know if I'm putting on the headset again. I got a real good idea. I got a real good
well,
idea.
he's back.
He's back.
with the C-Dub, isn't he?
I thought he was doing ACC games.
Yeah, with the
Yeah,
C-Dub.
with the CW. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure they got part of that contract, and he's their main play-by-play
Are
guy.
you okay with that?
I
got to tell you, man. I think I'm okay with it in a sense that, if the man wants to get back to work 5 years later, let him get back to work.
And he'll probably not ever get his full career in stature back.
Exactly.
And he still gets to work.
I don't. And maybe who knows? Maybe he learned something.
Yeah.
Probably not, but he. Might have.
Look, I have just. There is nothing anymore that gets you. You can say whatever you want and you can recover from it. And then you can just do that. It wasn't me. And so, should something like that be a death sentence to your career? That's for someone else to decide. It was the same thing like when a comedian gets canceled, like Louis C.K. or someone that goes back on tour. I mean, Bill Cosby. If people want to come see you and it's America and enough people want to come see you, then sell tickets, because nothing seems to stick to anyone anymore. I just don't like when we dismiss it and we say that's not who you are. It is who you are. Now, if you catch someone at their very worst moment, but it's funny how when someone gets caught, we act like it's the very first time. The fact that you say it so casually, I got a good idea that's just in your vernacular.
But your authentic self is going to be on display when the microphone is off.
Exactly.
Right.
Not on.
Yes.
And that's where you were caught.
It's not that that's not who you are. It's not how you wanted to present yourself.
Yeah,
That's what you really mean.
You're just apologizing because you got caught.
Yeah.
Dumbass.